everybody. Welcome to the channel. It is December 13th and it's like 2:45 a.m. So I went to bed nice and early. Well, not really. I think I stayed up till midnight. But I've just been laying there thinking. So I thought, well, I may as well get up and come out here and do a read for us. What's going on? So one thing I can say is that this morning, oh my goodness, like these guys are being so quiet. It's like they're trying to hide or something, or be real sneaky. So let's tap in and see what's going on. Storyline for the collective. Please, Spirit, storyline for the collective. What's happening? It's very quiet. I have not heard it this quiet at this time of the night in over 20 years. There's almost no sound. All right, in the central energy. Knight of Swords. Somebody's on a mission and there's no stopping you. In the challenge position. Eight of Swords. Restriction. In the subconscious. Queen of Pentacles. In the recent past. Seven of Swords. Trickery and fraud. Intentions and expectations. Three of Wands. Moving forward. Some kind of an expansion. In the near future. Knight of Wands. The lens is being looked through. Page of Wands. In the environment. Judgment. Hopes and fears. Hierophant. Maybe that's why they're so quiet. The outgoing energy. Ooh. Tower. Tower. There's a sudden change here. Because divine love is making plans for the future. Working with high standards according to the truth. And people are in despair. Somebody's in despair because this high priestess has the prosperity. Okay, well, all right. So, the magician is juggling a lot of things that they did in the history to love. The power of 3. Messing around with the Queen of Cups are going to experience a defeat and the law of cause and effect. Painful ending. Queen of Wands, determined to live her life. She never gave up. She's free here to have another union. And those who were disloyal are getting cut out of the inheritance because they were toxic in love unions and caused you to have to defend yourself against their brutality. So the Knight of Swords, thinking fast. They're trying to defend themselves from from the mother. They're trying to defend themselves. Finances, ambitious. They could have money problems. They might have some money problems. They're trying to think fast. They're trying to defend their method of sacrificing people for gain. Sexing them up, marrying them, and then unaliving them after they've received everything from them. So it could be that they're challenged by a restriction. photographs. So they're being restricted because there's evidence, photographic evidence. Queen of Pentacles, head of security, providing financially for security. A wise, reliable woman offering stability. What's she doing? What's the Queen of Pentacles doing? Breakup. Breakup. She's separating out this folk, these frauds. She's separating out these frauds who are here to steal from people. They're just a thief, a high-end thief, and at the stage that these people are playing in, it's no longer just a thief; it's an outright criminal. This isn't petty thievery. This is a big system of criminality. Street hustle. Street hustle. Fraud. Betrayal. Deception. Street. It's a sport. It's a sport. Three of Wands. Plans are in motion. Trickery and fraud. Exhibit the rose, the white rose. A street exhibit. Trickery and fraud. Moving forward, an enterprise, a worldwide thing. Toxic attachments, addictions, an enterprise, preparations, drugs, alcohol, obsession, toxic attachments. They're addicted to you. They're addicted to you. White rose. They're addicted to you. I've heard these ones talking about divine feminine as a collector's item. You know. So we got Mr. Charming coming in. The dude wants to tap heads, bump heads or something. Rose, looking for a rose. He wants a sacrifice. This is their business. Trickery and fraud, the innocent and pure rose, turning them into street exhibits. In the near future, we've got a Knight of Wands looking for a passionate rose. They may want to, there might be some kind of addictions. There's a toxic attachment. Page of Wands. What's the Page of Wands doing? Home. Haven. Page of Wands, home, haven, refuge. We've got judgment here in the environment. Commitment, an oath, a pledge, a reckoning, a judgment, a new phase for commitment. The Hierophant is here. A new promise. Firm. The Hierophant is here. Firm. Wide awake. Kind of like I am now. Clean. Clean-minded. Clean in the heart. There's no malice. Although it's interesting, you know, those of us who choose to live happy lives and think, you know, of a upper frequency or vibratory thought pattern, you know, at times, you know, we can think of that kind of stuff that will bring a tower. And you know why? Because we've been through it. Like, we've experienced many towers. And, you know, we're aware through certain stories over what has occurred to humanity by vicious brutalizers. So it's easy for our light body to actually think about some of these more negative things. When it comes to a tower, there's a sudden change, a sudden release of the mirror. They're in a tower. The mirror is in a tower, and you've got Schwankster here looking for a sacrifice. They're addicted to their street exhibits. There are little white roses on the street. Circulation, addiction, single, isolated. They're in a tower. So there's a tower, a sudden change for the mirror, because you are out here independent and you're on your horse. Look, this is the masculine, single, independent. And the feminine, independent. So here they are together. Forbidden. There's a crime. They could be dealing with the crime. Animal friends. Yeah, so animals, that intelligent animals, taboo relationships, criminal relationships, these third-party entities coming in. So yeah, there's this law, judge, police, and a new beginning. The mirrors are leaving, and they're waiting, or they miss you. They could be sending some kind of messages, communications. Miss you, miss you, miss you. It's a lie. It's a lie. You are the owner of the crown, and the sun is setting on this snake and their lies. Because the hidden truth is here. The hidden truth is here. And there's no people. This is the end of their opportunity. This is the end of their opportunity to confuse people and to keep people silent. They got to cool down. They got to cool down. They got to pause their desire, their hope to bind you. They got to let you go, because it's divine timing here. It's the wrong time for this uninvited guest, and it's the right time for your ascension. It's the wrong time for this uninvited guest to ascend. Divine timing, uninvited guest, you're ascending. There's a change in what is required in order to ascend. So because you two here, you beautiful two, look at you. Single, isolated, independent, alone, independent, free, lead, initiative. You will come together. In divine timing. In divine timing. But first, you know, these nincompoops, they really got to go completely silent. And not only silent, but, you know, any ripples in the waters coming from them need to be stilled, because they're a threat. They can't be anything other than that, because while they can mimic being a loving person, there's nothing but malice inside of them. It's terrible. You know, years ago when I first discovered because I was in some lower realms that were very dark and very brutal. Well, I forgot what I was going to say. In the beginning, it was a very dark place. Some of the places that we were sacrificed into were really deep. I'm not the only one that got thrown into a pit of fire and had to crawl up out of it. So we've got a Knight of Swords here, seeking truth, trying to defend their beliefs regarding finances, what they deem as a success. They deem themselves successful by having sex with a beautiful rose, and then committing fraud and turning them into some kind of a addict, or offloading their toxic attachments onto them. In one of the dream states, a younger page type person had taken me to like some theater, and he was angry. He said, "I wonder if you can take a full load." It's like they were having some kind of a ritual where they were going to brutalize a woman up on stage, and they were going to give her a full load. All of their toxic attachments, they were going to put into the rose. Pop the effing question. So they're trying to defend their beliefs regarding finances and marriage. They think it's perfectly okay to marry somebody with stuff and then sacrifice them, you know, get rid of them. It's just a temporary thing. They just sign it. They call it conquering, right? They think it's a war because they don't feel love. So when they get a contract, it's not about being in love and wanting to have children and actually create a beautiful family tree for generations to come. Oh no, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. For marriage, for them, it's all about the money. This system really needs to be reformatted. I mean, they need to be gone, for one. But after that, the system really needs to be reformatted, because what we got going on here is entrapment of a beautiful rose. Many of them. They've got restrictions now. We've got photographs. Imprisonment. They could be going to prison for what they've done for money and marriage, what they've done to their wife, what they've done to the people that they popped the question to. These people, like yet last night when I did the read, it's like they've been asking people to marry them just so that they can sacrifice them to the devil. Because once they get their two iPhones together, right? Boop, boop, they pair up, so all of the rose's information is downloaded or uploaded into this creep, and then they go and sacrifice them. So they're being restricted. There could be some kind of imprisonment because of photographs of the twin flames, memories, what they've been doing to the twin flames. the history of what they've been doing to the twin flame connections with these stupid pop the question for money things. Queen of Pentacles is here. There is a separation, walking away, and the end of their opportunity. They will not be, if they married somebody for money, if they married somebody just because they needed a sacrifice to their devil god for some money, and maybe a place in one of those stupid little political seats or something, position of authority, pay raise, perks, status. They've been interfering in the consciousness of the actual twin flames, scoping them out and interfering in it before they could come together by stepping in like this. Yep. So there's a breakup. There's a breakup. They might be going through a spiritual awakening. They're having an ego death. They're in chaos, going through a downward spiral. There's a breakup, a separation, and an end. They married for money. That's not a marriage. That's not a proper contract. That's just theft. And intentional theft. Intentional abuse, entrapment, and theft. Fraud, 7 of Swords, betrayal, deception, theft, trickery, fraud, street, circulation, sports. So they've been gaining these contracts, and then they've been giving them drugs and turning them into those little street exhibits. Prostitutes. They've been prostituting their wives. Their wives, which were supposed to be married into a different twin flame union. GPS. The street. GPS, trafficking them. The White Rose made an exhibit, a sport, GPS, all over the world. 3 of Wands, overseas, addiction, obsession. Queen Bee. Somebody's addicted to the Queen Bee. Somebody's addicted to trafficking the Rose. We've got a Knight of Wands here in the near future. They're scoping out their next Queen Bee. They have a toxic attachment to you. Thug. It's a thug. Page of Wands. Embarking on something new. They might be getting a new home. They might be getting a new home. Interesting. Trap. 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 Page of Wands. I heard a younger talking the other day about renting a room out of somebody's house. It was so that they could get into the energy. And then they were also stalking this person with a date. Somebody wants to date. So you got a younger who wants to rent a room in the house or something to set up a trap. You've got this Knight of Wands who wants to come in and date the Rose. And it's a thug. Yeah. We've got judgment. There's judgment here. Commitment. So they're under judgment. There's a judgment. There's some kind of judgment happening regarding commitment, regarding this oath, this pledge, these things that they have pledged themselves to do. Their promise. You might be committed. This might be a judge that is committed. Commitment, oath, agreement, pledge, promise, commitment. So there's judgment regarding commitment to reckless sex and entrapping people with karmic ties, with the sacrifice. So there's judgment for people entrapping others with reckless sex into karmic ties. They come in and they attach themselves. Okay, we're the same. We're the same. All my karmic ties are now yours. We got the Hierophant here, and you are firm, wide awake, and clean of karmic ties. Firm. We got wish in the reverse. You're firm. You're firm. You're wide awake. You're clean. Somebody's not getting their wish. There's judgment happening here on the commitment, the oath that people made to reckless sex, calling it love, and binding people with these sacrifices, with these karmic ties. They're not getting what they wish. The Hierophant is here, very firm and decisive. They're not getting their wish. They're in a tower, and the mirrors are in a tower. These people who have been doing reckless sex, binding people into these karmic ties, they're in a tower. There's a sudden release. There's a sudden release of these who are sex addicted. That's how they harvest. They come in and they tap into your soul. They download all your information. You are an iPhone. They come in and they say, ooh, let's get it on. And you're like, ooh, baby. And you're like, boop, you just gave all the soul information, everything that God ever uploaded or downloaded into you or birthed into you, away. You just gave it away. If you had any upper dimensional graduation certificates, they just took it. And left you with a karmic tie. So there's a workplace affair. Somebody does not have the right DNA. So somebody may have said that they're a particular person's child. They may have said that they're pregnant. They're not. It's rejected. Somebody's trying to offer marriage, or somebody was hoping to get marriage, and it's rejected. It's not their child. Somebody with a sex addiction is saying they're pregnant, and it's not their child. This is a reflection who's having reckless sex, trying to get somebody bound with a karmic tie so that they can download all your spiritual gifts. This toxic person wants to download your spiritual gifts. All you got to do is go bump heads, man. Give it up. And now they're pregnant, but they're not really. It's a lie. I mean, they could be pregnant, but it's not your DNA. Could be fake news. There could have been a workplace affair. And they were trying to get somebody bound into a marriage contract by being pregnant. The tower. There's a tower for the mirror, the sex addicted mirror. Tower for the mirror, the sex addicted mirror. The Hierophant is very firm and decisive. They're in a tower. All right. So somebody is in a Knight of Swords energy. They're thinking fast. They're trying to defend their beliefs regarding finances and popping the question. It's a trickster. They think it's a competition. They think that you're just an idiot for believing them when they say they love you. You fall for it every damn time. They say they love you and you're like, ew. And they're like, you dumbass. And then they go out there. It's all fraud. It's all freaking fraud. You're just the beauty that they're envious of, and they want to make you, they want to turn people into a prostitute. They love it. This is their freaking thing. They're addicted to it overseas, whatever. They're addicted to these queen bees that they've been getting over here. These beautiful, angelic daughters of Eden. The twin flames, those who have the beautiful light inside of them. So this trickster is challenged because there's a restriction due to memories, photographs, evidence of what they've been doing to the twin flames with this stupid pop the question, with this stupid interfering in their mental body, spying on them and then popping in and pretending like they're your person when they're not. They're a spy. They're a mole. They are a targeting, red rumming thief. Brutalizing. They make money off prostituting twin flames. Fire. Fire. Prostituting the twin flame fire. Prostituting the twin flame fire. Let it all come down. It wasn't your decision to burn everything down. Oh no, it was their decision. There's photographic evidence of what they've been doing here, and now the twin flames are burning their shit down. And I'm glad. The ashes will mark a new beginning. So, they're being restricted because of the history of what they've been doing to twin flames. The twin flames are setting their crap on fire. The Queen of Pentacles is here. There's a breakup. These folks are going in a downward spiral. They're in chaos. They're losing their mind. They've lost their mind. It's a trickster, and they're losing their mind. They've been mind-effing people so bad. Now they're getting mind-effed. They're going to have to do it all by themselves. They can't force these roses to carry their madness for them anymore. They've been trafficking these roses. Love. Love. They're going through an ego death. They're in chaos over your love. But I love you. No, you don't. You just love to feed. You love to make money. You love to sell the tree of God's family. Fraud, trickery. This is disgusting. A sport. It's an exhibit. Oh, I conquered her. That's what they think of. They think having sex with somebody and binding somebody in a contract is conquering somebody. It's winning the war. The rose is trying to love them. The rose is sharing her beauty. Every beautiful, precious oil she has, she's sharing with him. And this thug thinks that he's conquering her while she's pouring her love onto him. Isn't that funny? If the rose really wanted to fight with this person, she'd just slap him right up along the face with her freaking thorns, and he'd be like, ooh, whoa. Probably. Fucker. Egg. It's coming right for you. GPS. They were committing fraud with the street exhibits of the white roses, this prostitution crap. GPS. So GPS, look out. We got egg, and it's coming right at you. Oh God, it's moving right towards you. Take care when peering into the unknown. They're committing fraud. Street, GPS, it's coming right toward you. Moving forward, toxic attachments, Queen Bee. What's going on? It's coming right for you. Addiction. They've got addictions to this Queen Bee book. Book. Confident boss bitch. Career focused. Book. Book. You'll see him if you look. What can you read between the lines? So the Queen Bee is reading between the lines. Somebody's moving forward. This is an enterprise. Something's coming right toward. You got the trickster, the fraud. They're a thief, and they're trying to get away with something. They're moving on the street. Roses on the street. We've got GPS coming right for you. 3 of Wands. It's an enterprise. It's a business of addiction to the Queen Bee. And the book. The Queen Bee is paying attention. The boss bitch. Books. Books are portals that can take us to other worlds. The Queen Bee can take them to other worlds. So they're addicted to the Queen Bee because the Queen Bee has the gifts to take them to other worlds. She's a walking portal. She could be one of those goddesses of time. These ones have trapped those queen bees, these beautiful roses, and they have abused these abilities to create timelines and stuff. Yeah, and then they've created those things out of the stolen gifts and stuff, and then they use those gifts and those mutations of those creations to enslave the queen bee's family. And then to broadcast the lifetime story of Earth Woman and her slavery, ensuring them that they will never, ever, ever get loose. These little roses. Queen Bee's doing her research. She has special gifts. Boss bitch. They're addicted to her. Moving forward, this is overseas. We've got the Knight of Wands. He wants to come in and be charming with a rose. He wants passionate love. He wants to get intimate. Oh yeah, he does. He wants to bump your ugly. And he's a thug. He is a thug. He's a thug. And we've got cat. Cat. He's a thug who wants to trap a cat. You know, what was that? What are those guys? Is that the Anunnaki? You know, you see them in the statues with their little beards, and they got the lion under their arm like this. And they think of the roses here, who are the daughters of Eden, who's the Most High God is the lion. So they think of these roses as cats, kitties, kittens, sex kittens. They've been prostituting them. These thugs. So you got a Knight of Wands here wanting to come in and catch himself a rose. A kitty. The thug wants to catch a kitty. So we got a Page of Wands here. He's excited. He might have a home in a room, a refuge. There's trap. Home trap. He's laying a trap in somebody's home. Friends, yeah. It's a trap. There's a Page of Wands who may be living in a home with somebody or renting a room. I heard him talking about renting a room. It's a trap. He's got an intention of trapping somebody and duplicating them, mimicking them, becoming them. This page is working it. So, and at the same time, this page was going to move in as a roommate to trap this friend. And then you got the Knight of Wands who was going to come in to date the Rose, this thug wanting to trap the cat. They're under judgment for their commitment with reckless sex and karmic ties and these stupid sacrifices of the Rose here. Whoa. Celebration. Celebration. See? They're looking for that. See that woman there? She's got knives all in her. Celebration. Yeah, because you have reckless sex. So something, you know, that you think is a good time turns out being a sacrifice, sending you to the other side. This is right here in the environment. Commitment, judgment, I don't know. We're going to get more clarification. The Hierophant is here very firm, very wide awake and decisive. These folks, we got wish in the reverse, very firm, wish in the reverse. Somebody is really pissed off. They're not getting what they wish for. Their celebration turned into a really bad thing. They're going to the other side. For their commitment to entrapping people in karmic ties with reckless sex. They're really pissed off. They're not getting their wish. We got a Tower here for the Mirror, for the sex addict. Those who have been sexing people, downloading, bumping, and down iPhone, boom, boom. Okay, all that is yours is now mine. Woohoo! Now they go off and they do their thing, right? So now they're in a tower for doing this to people. They took all your stuff, Divine Masculine. Wearing a mask. Wearing a mask. Mirror, sex addict, mask. They're in a tower. They are, look, it's a genetic experiment. These are intelligent animals. And their experience is to consume you. Divine Rose, Divine Masculine. And then to wear your face. Yeah, these are intelligent animals and they are lies. None of them are who they say they are. Look, they've been going after the twins and now their boat isn't big enough. Their boat is not big enough. Their boat is not big enough. They may want to try to escape their dreams. They got some stuff going on in the dreams with the boogeyman. Yeah, their fate could be dinner. They might have to do maybe they're going to be doing some kind of genetic experiments on them. Because it's like every nasty thing that they ever did to this Rose is going to be done to them. So if they did genetic experiments, if they did any kind of whack-a-doodle thing, it's going to be done to these karmic. So their celebration, let's read up on that real quick. It says, they're just trying to trick me again. I know. So somebody's trying to trick you. You were drenched in a bucketful of others' cruelty and ignorant misjudgment. A celebration can turn into a nightmare. So a celebration can turn into a nightmare. And that's what was going on. They're under judgment because the commitment to reckless sex got karmic ties and turned the celebration into a nightmare on the other side because they were sacrificing people into these places of suffering. You got a page here in your home setting a trap of friendship. You got a Knight of Wands in the near future. It's a thug looking to sex up a Rose, trap a cat. They may be a cat. Take it as it resonates. Which ones do I want to use? I don't want to use those. I'm just going to use, let's see how I use these. Pull one more. So, somebody's got somebody in their house, and somebody's got a Knight of Wands thug wanting to trap a cat, a rose. It could be a cat from the other side, take as it resonates. So there is a Knight of Swords defending their beliefs regarding money problems, finances, gaining finances, marrying for it. This is a trickster, tricking people into marriage contracts for money. And they collaborated with others. One of the messages some time ago was that these thugs, these entities that do stuff like this, they were like granted a permission to collaborate. And I think there was a warning that they were going to slowly kind of prostitute everybody, get them away from marriages, and, you know, and then turn them into this. And that's what happened. So now they're being restricted due to the history, and there could be photographic evidence of what they've been doing to the twin flames and their fire. They've been sacrificing their fire. They've been feeding on their life force, on their fire. They might be, they might be burning them, the twin flames, because I heard the curator say, somebody told the curator, "You burned her?" And the curator said, "We burned her many times." So they've been burning twin flames alive in a fire. They've been calling them witches when they're not. They're just spiritual, connected, source connected, you know, women of God. So we've got imagination. So they were burning people. They were trying to break down their fire. They wanted to fracture their soul. They wanted to destroy their mind and then command it. They wanted access to their consciousness of this queen bee. They needed access to these gifts, timeline creation, and all of these other things. They needed that access. They needed access to the queen bee's book. They're addicted to what this boss bitch can do. Queen of Pentacles is here. There's a breakup. We got a separation and an end. Somebody's going through an ego death. They're going in a downhill spiral regarding your love. Regarding your love. We've got protest. They're protesting. They're protesting that you have love. Oh my God. They want everybody who loves somebody needs to go be a prostitute because they don't believe in love. They believe in reckless sex and sacrifice and licking knives and all this crap, okay? So 7 of Swords, trickery and fraud, getting away with something. Thief, 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 thief. Street, sports, exhibition, GPS. This little alien is coming right towards you. Or it was. We got the GPS is coming. So it could be that these roses, because of this trickery and fraud and this theft of a rose, they were like the white rose is on the street, a sports exhibition. But we have the GPS, the location, and it's coming right toward them, you know. And it could very well be that they have the GPS of this queen bee. They got the GPS of the queen bee from all the other roses, latched onto the frequency, right? So we got pride. And we've got okay and stable in the reverse. So they're not okay. They're not stable. We got the 3 of Wands moving forward. There's some kind of activity going on. An enterprise. We've got addiction. They are addicted to the queen bee and her knowledge, her book, this boss bitch. everything that she knows. They're addicted to her. They want her GPS. They might be tracking her down. They might be on their way to you. They're not okay. They're not stable. Curse. They look, I don't know, okay? They're addicted to the queen bee. They got toxic attachments. They want this queen bee to what? Take care of their curse. The book. Portals. Portals. They want to put this queen bee into a portal. There could be some kind of portal. They want the GPS. The queen bee could be in a portal. Maybe she is a walking portal. They want to curse her portal. They want to curse her knowledge. So we've got a Knight of Wands here. You know how they do that is they gain relationship. They tap into your most intimate energy, Rose. This thug wants to trap a cat. They want to curse this boss bitch, this queen bee. They want to turn her into a street exhibit. Perseverance. Perseverance. So, unpredictable, charming, Rose, passionate love. We've got a thug, cat, and perseverance. Challenge. You very well may. Well, I don't know. This could be read a couple different ways. I mean, this Knight of Wands could actually be your person who may be a thug on the darker side of things. Could be a jaguar, right? Who helps you persevere. Could be a mean dude. But, you know, let's just wait and see. We do have a Page of Wands here. Now, there's excitement and freedom, some kind of exploration, some kind of limitless potential in the home. But we've got trap and friendship, okay? And there's like the one friend, which is normal. And then you got this genetic experiment coming in wanting to replace you. Rob you. They want to rob you. Somebody's renting a room out of somebody's house, or they want to in order to rob you. I think that's what this is. You've got a thug here. You're going to persevere through this challenge. So there could be a page in the home, trap, friendship, robbery. A thug, Knight of Wands, passionate love with a rose. A cat, persevere. We've got judgment for the commitment, for reckless sex, karmic ties. The celebration is turning into something other than that on the other side. Apology. They want to apologize for the vow that they made for this reckless sex, for sacrificing people to the other side. They made the vow to separate twin flames, to burn them up, to sear, S-E-A-R, the seer, S-E-E-R, right out of them. The Hierophant is here, very firm and decisive. They're not getting their wish. Somebody in the ice or something is pissed off. Something twisted is pissed off. They're not getting their wish. They're not getting their wish. Somebody's pissed. Somebody's pissed, so they're not getting their wish. Some indulgent person is pissed. They're not getting what they wished for. Ice. It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is. The Hierophant, firm, wide awake, clean, decisive. Wish in the reverse. They're not getting their wish. Ice. A difficult or unforgiving environment playing a major role in health. Limiting and controlling our behavior, as well as the actions of those around us. Bad energies mutating and thriving in the extreme. Only by identifying a problem can we have any chance of dealing with it, or at least keeping it from spreading. So somebody is really pissed off because you've identified the indulgent ones. You've identified in the things that they were indulging in, keeping these twin flames apart, and how they're addicted to the rose, to the queen bee, to the daughters of Eden, to the apples, to these special loves with these special roses. So there's a tower for the mirror, the copycat of the rose. The ones that are sex addicted, wearing masks as the rose, coming in, bumping. All your stuff is mine. All your stuff is mine. All your stuff is mine. Oh, hey, honey, you want to go get it on? Oh, all your stuff is mine. They call them insatiable. Get rich quick scheme. This card came out and fell on the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. So these ones were wearing the mask. So there's a tower for the mirrors who are sex addicted, wearing the mask of eternal love. They're pretending to be eternal love, but they're out there, they're just a mirror out there sexing up everybody, binding them in these karmic ties. So there's a space or a place or a timeline where this is rampant, and yeah, it's not going well, because they were posing as the mask, as the eternal love, while mentally cursing the sweetheart, the actual sweetheart. They're in big trouble. Yeah, because they were binding people with these karmic ties and then putting them in this exhibit, telling lifetime stories throughout the galaxy of earth women, this queen bee with this boss bitch, with all of these beautiful gifts that they had trapped, and then it's all mine. You are getting justice. You've got a new family tree bringing justice here, because there's evidence of everything that they were doing, and they're furious. They're furious because your light is shining, and you have real estate, a beautiful union coming up, and a business. So they're upset because you're getting what you have coming to you. And, you know, they were wearing a mask. They were wearing a mask, pretending to be your sweetheart. They're in a tower. They've been messing everybody up with this bullshit. They've been messing everybody up. You're going to get justice for this mental disturbance that they've been trying to run into your mind, for this witchery. You're going to get a miracle. Your vital force may very well deliver it. These people are going to be separated. They're going to be separated from your kindness, from your assistance, from your help, from your charity, from your care. They were tempted. They were bribed. They were bribed to try to get you, to schedule you to lose your peace, to lose everything that kept you happy. They're being rejected now. They're being rejected now because you love yourself, and you care about yourself, and you care about family, and you care about children. These people are sick. There's a coach that is sick because you're getting promised your destiny. You're getting your destiny. and they're blind. They're blind. They're bound to their commitments of natural disaster. They're bound to their commitments of, they wore the mask and wanted you to be cast away. They're bound to that commitment, that contract, and now they're frightened here, paranoid, because you've reached your goals and you've learned a lot here about their profession and the way that they operate. You are the gift. You're getting a gift. Their gift is a nightmare. And you're getting ready for marriage. Oh yeah, they're mad. There's evidence. They're furious about it. There's evidence about your shine, about who you are, about your thoughts. Your thoughts are clear. And these people keep trying to run in this mental disturbance. It's crazy. I mean, I haven't slept yet. And here it is, almost 4 a.m. It's like they got stuff going on. It's so quiet. There must be some crazy stuff. I'm going to have to go in there and watch somebody else and see what's going on, because there's got to be something going on. It's quiet. And as we can see, the Hierophant is right here, quite firm. They're not getting their wish. Their celebration is turning into a nightmare on the other side, because they were pretending to be eternal love, wearing other people's energy, wearing the energy of the rose. They came in wearing the mask, these sex addicted mirrors. Now they're all in a tower because you persevered, because the rose persevered through the thug's effort to trap a cat. The mirror, sex addicted, pretending to be eternal love and a sweetheart it's a mask. They're a sex addict. They've been going out and having reckless sex with committed. Oh. They've been playing mistress in a territory of committed relationships. They've been sacrificing people over there. And something is real mad because you identified the problem. Well, can't just leave it there now, can we? Although these are the same cards, you know, they're kind of, they use the same cards over and over again. Let's try one of these. Well, I don't think it's the thug keeping me up, because they're so quiet. And I got a lot of energy going on right now. I'm like, zzz, wide awake. So I don't think it's the thug keeping me up, because they're not talking. But I got a lot of high energy. So we got the Knight of Swords defending their beliefs regarding money, solving money problems by popping the question and tricking people into collaborating with them. So 5 of Cups. They're sad and they're in regret. Eight of Swords, feeling isolated. They're being restricted because of what they've done in the history regarding twin flames and their fire. The fire of their mind. What they've done to their light and their mind. They may have actually burned them too, you know, because that's what they do. Burn her at the stake. So they've been burning the twin flames. They've been searing, S-E-A-R. They've been trying to sear the S-E-E-R out of them. They wanted to completely disconnect them forever. They wanted you to believe that it was a fantasy. Your twin flame didn't exist. So they were trying to destroy the flame in your twin flame by burning them alive over and over again. Eight of Cups, failed attempt. It was all in their imagination. It was all in their imagination. Locos. Queen of Pentacles, a supportive mother. There's a breakup, walking away, separation, and end with the spiritual guru. Having an ego death in a downward spiral over love. Protesting your love. You put yourself back together and you are love. They're protesting it. You can't love twin flame roses. No. They're getting separated out. The trickster by the Queen of Pentacles. By the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You can protest all you want. That Queen of Pentacles isn't going to be interested in hearing any of your crap. What you've been doing here to love. You've been freaking doing weird, wacko scientific experiments on the people who have twin flames, who have this magnificent fire inside of them. You should understand how I feel. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. They're committing fraud and trickery, getting away with something by really doing their best to destroy love and light of a rose, of a beautiful pure rose. By committing fraud, by having intercourse, by speaking proper words of love, by saying, oh, I want to have a family, till death do us part. And he don't even have to do it. She'll do it. All he's got to do is trap her. And she'll knife her. So, yeah, so we got trickery and fraud, street, circulation, exhibit, the white rose, GPS, egg on their face. They could be coming right at you, or something's coming right at them. Pride, and okay is in the reverse, and that is stability and harmony. And acceptance. So they're not accepted. They're not able to accept. Oh, they're not accepted. Something's coming right toward them. They're not accepted. Pride is not accepted. They're not okayed to get on board this chariot. They're not okay to get on this chariot. We're moving forward. We're moving forward. They're not accepted. Pride is not accepted to get on that chariot. They were trying to steal the GPS, the pathway of these white roses. They were committing fraud. They were putting these white roses on the street, probably as prostitutes. They were trying to steal their GPS, their freaking heavenly golden ticket. Okay, egg on your face. Whatever this is coming right at you, because these prideful people are not welcome on that chariot. So their intention and expectation was that they were gonna go ahead and move forward with their toxic attachments. They were gonna get this opportunity by cursing a queen bee. By cursing a queen bee with some freaking phantom out of some freaking magic book. Or by cursing this queen bee's knowledge. They cursed her with some freaking, look. So they're not approved to get on board her chariot. Absolutely freaking not. They were sacrificing the roses, committing fraud, trying to take their GPS. They're not getting on that chariot. They cursed themselves. They thought they cursed the queen bee. They thought they cursed the queen bee. They're not getting on her chariot. They thought they cursed the boss bitch with their own toxic attachments. 8 of Swords. They're feeling trapped. They're not approved to get on board that chariot. They were expecting to move forward with their toxic attachments. They were expecting to be this queen bee by cursing her and binding her with this phantom in this book. They're not getting on that chariot, though. It didn't work out. They're feeling trapped. They're feeling like a victim. They wanted her to feel that way. They still do. They didn't get on her chariot in the recent past. So they're here doing this now. We got the Knight of Wands. Unpredictable. We got the Rose. Passionate love. We have Thug, Cat, Perseverance, and the Lovers. You know, you may be a Rose. Your person may be a Knight of Wands. He could be a thug. He could be kicking the pants off these people. He may be a cat, a black cat. Persevering. We got Lovers, Romance, Duality, Thug. Or it could be that there's a knight targeting a rose that is a thug trying to trap a cat in order to persevere by gaining a love union. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. We got the Page of Wands here. Looks like they got they got information on a home. There's information on a home. They're embarking on something new. They don't have a plan. They're taking refuge in somebody's home. It's like they don't really have a plan, but they're embarking on something regarding the home, finding a mentor regarding the home. Trap, friendship, robbery is their intention. They're very enthusiastic about the idea. Yeah, whoever this Page of Wands is, look, Page of Wands, Page of Wands. He's very enthusiastic about this, about trapping somebody in a friendship and then swapping out. Judgment. Somebody's under judgment for their commitment to reckless sex, karmic ties, to go in and being a mistress. They're up in this place where they're supposed to be, you know, they're supposed to be in the energy of a queen bee, but they're not. There's a mirror. They've been mistressing everybody in this space. It looks like they're under judgment for their commitment, for their agreement, for their pledge to have reckless sex with people and bind them through sacrifice to karmic ties. We have a celebration that is turning into a nightmare on the other side. Somebody wants to apologize for this vow. Because we've got release. This vow to what? Sacrifice people? That was their job. That was their job, man. All they had to do was go have sex with somebody and boop, boop. All your stuff is mine now. Boop, boop. Everything your soul carries is now mine. Boop, 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 boop. The Hierophant is here very firm, wide awake and decisive about what has been going on here. Somebody's not getting their wish. No wishes are coming true. He's pissed off at these indulgent people. He's quite mad. Mad, I tell you. Indulgent people living a life of luxury. It could be that they're not getting their wish because you are firm, and whatever this thing is in the ice is pissed because the indulgent people aren't getting their life of luxury. They're not getting their wish. They're not getting their wish. Somebody is really mad. Somebody is really mad. These indulgent people need to band together to resist negative forces. So whatever this thing is, it's a negative force, and they have been sacrificing the rose and others to this negative force, and they've been getting a life of luxury by feeding it the roses. And so, yeah, now somebody's pissed because the Hierophant is here very firm and decisive with wish in the reverse. They're not getting any more wishes coming true because the truth is known here. And justice is being served on behalf of the love of divine masculine. We got somebody taking direct action here, and there is a celebration. Protection. You are protected from this 10 of Wands, and the wheel is turning here. Yeah, you're going to enter into a point of stability, and those parties of 3 that had been trying to curse you and stuff, there's death here. You're getting relief and a new beginning, which is bringing them a nightmare because this is over with the Devil. And their fight, their aggression. So there's a tower here for the Mirror. This sex addict who's wearing a mask of a beautiful holy angel, pretending to be a sweetheart, wanting eternal love. Maybe they're being brought a tower by sweethearts who are getting eternal love. It's time to heal. That's what this is. So there's a tower for the Mirror, your copycat, who maybe trapped your person in a karmic tie last time. They're in trouble for this commitment, for this mask, for this trick, for burning you, for burning his actual twin flame. Oh, these people are in big trouble. It's time for you to heal. You're getting your eternal love. Your person might be seen as a thug. Your person might be seen as a thug. A cat. He could be a Knight of Wands and you could be the Rose. He could be a thug, you could be a cat. You both could be a cat, persevering together here. A sweetheart, eternal love. You could be the light and the shadow. You could be the what do they call that? That movie? Beauty and the Beast. Take it as it resonates. But that's what it sounds like to me. We got, so a fraud that's was sacrificing the white rose to steal their GPS has egg on their face because these prideful people are not accepted on the chariot because they were intending on moving forward with their addictions, their toxic attachment to the queen bee, by cursing her, by binding her with some phantom. They're not getting on that chariot. I think your person is a thug. Your person is kicking their ass. I think your person is probably a very charming, passionate fella, and he's right here with his rose. It's like you're the queen bee that they tried to curse, but they're not getting on your chariot. You got somebody else here. But this Page of Wands, we got excitement and freedom, home. But we got trap, friendship, robbery. This could also be read that the Page of Wands is embarking on something new, that they could be moving into a home. Maybe they got a room somewhere, a safe haven. It could be that they have trapped the nasty friend who was trying to rob them of their new beginning. Could be read like that. Page of Wands is free, has a safe haven, and has trapped that duplicate, that weird friend, that weird hybrid friendship, that replacement, trying to rob you of your new journey. Oh yeah. So Page of Wands is good. I think this thug is good too. The thug is good. You're persevering together. The Knight of Wands and the Rose is persevering together in this love union. Yep, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And those who are bringing conflict to you are in a Five of Pentacles, because the Queen of Swords knows what's going on. She has told the truth. She has told the truth to those who were blind to the truth. Now there's tough decisions being made. Yeah, there's tough decisions being made. All right. Well, this is pretty good. I think this is good. They're not taking your chariot this time, Queen Bee. And you got a thug. You got somebody here that's not, they could be of a scarier nature here with you. Passionate Knight of Wands, passionate love for the Rose. I'm kind of getting the prodigal son here too. The prodigal son that had been away, that maybe had, kind of squandered his, like in the Bible when it says that, kind of squandered. But now he's here with the Rose. No longer in cuffs. He could be a cat. Persevering in this love union. Yep, that's the way I'm seeing it. These ones thought they were going to curse the Queen Bee, and they're not getting on that chariot. All right, then. See you on the next one, everybody. Bye.